Hello everyone, I am Ayush sir and I am going to read the chapter Mr. Perk's Birthday. Okay? So, the present lesson is an excerpt taken from the Railway Children. It's a book, it's a novel, okay? The children's book by Edith Nesbit. Edith Nesbit was a very famous writer for children's novel, okay? The novel revolves around three children: Roberta means Bobby, Peter, and Phyllis, who are disciplined, well-groomed, sensitive, and compassionate. Means they all three are very nice children. Actually, they feel happy in making others happy too. So this is the quality, was the very important quality which all these three children have. The editor of magazine had written to say he was going to publish one of mother's story. So her mother, their mother, the children's mother, was a writer. She is a writer. Okay, she used to write in the magazine. So mother gave Peter some money for buns. The children look at each other, and then Bobby said, "Mother, would you mind if we didn't have the buns for tea tonight?" So mother gave them the money to buy the buns for their dinner. But what's Bobby saying? Bobby is saying that they do not want to have buns for tonight's dinner, but on 15th they want to take it on 15th. Okay, that's next Thursday. "I don't mind," said mother. Mother also said, "Okay, if you guys are wanting that not to have bun for tonight, then it's okay." But then mother asked, "But what is the reason? But why?" Then Bobby said, "Because it's Mr. Perk's birthday, and he doesn't keep his birthday anymore. He doesn't celebrate his birthday anymore. So we want to present him something to make them happy. He is being so jolly, decent to us. He is a very nice guy." The children are saying. "So mother," said Peter. Mother had no objection. Mother said, "Okay, whatever you guys are wanting, please do it." The children now held a meeting. Only buns did not make a grand celebration. They need something more. "Hooray!" cried Peter suddenly. "I have got an idea." The others asked eagerly, "What idea do you have? Please tell us." "Why, Perks is so nice to everybody. Might be some reason. There must be lots of people in the villages who would like to help to make him a birthday present. Okay, there are also other peoples in this village who are also loved by Mr. Perk, so they will also help us. So let's go around and ask everyone that who is willing to help us." The first person they asked was the old lady at post office. So she is the first person, old lady at the post office. She only appeared annoyed and said she didn't see why Perk should have birthday any more than anyone else. So for them, she said that, okay, why this Mr. Perk is having birthdays, he doesn't know, because Mr. Perk is also very old. "I should like everyone to have one. Only we should know when it is," said Bobby. So Bobby said that they like everyone to celebrate their birthday, but all the other people, they should know when the other's birthday is. So the old lady said, "Mine birthday is tomorrow, okay, and much notice anyone will take of it. Go along now." So the first lady, she said that, "Go along, I am not going to help you." So they went and asked the other people. Some of them were kind and some were very rude. And rude means angry. They were not eager to help them. And some would give and some would not. This is very casual, because whenever we go out for any kind of a good purpose or any kind of a generosity work, some people will accept it and some people will not. It was rather difficult. It is not that much difficult things even for other people. When the children go home and counted up, they felt that for the first day it was not bad. It was a good contribution. Means many people gave many things. Very early the next morning, Bobby, Phyllis got up and cut a big bunch of roses, okay, from the garden. They put it in the basket together with needle book. Okay, so needle book, what's the needle book? Needle book is a book of stitching Phyllis had made for Bobby. So needle book, which is made by Phyllis. Okay, for Bobby and very pretty blue necktie. They also had a very pretty necktie. Necktie is a tie which people used to wear on the inside the collar. So then they wrote a piece of paper for Mrs. Ransom. So they wrote to Mrs. Ransom, with our best love because it is her birthday, and put it the basket too. Then they took it to the post office. So they took that basket to the post office. So who is Miss Ransom? Miss Ransom is the old lady over here which we mentioned first, and she had a birthday today. So they went to her first. Now they put it on the counter and ran away before the old woman saw them, because she always used to be very much rude. So just the children kept the basket on the table and they ran away. In the meanwhile, Peter told mother what they were doing. Mother hoped that Mr. Perk would not be offended. He would not scold them and think it's a charity, because many people think that if I am able, nobody should give me charity. Okay, because charity is for the poor people, for the people who are in need. But Mr. Perk is a wealthy guy and he doesn't want anybody's favor or charity. So poor people could be very proud. Okay, she said. She promised that she would give things which Phyllis had outgrown for Mr. Perk's children, if he wouldn't mind. I can't do much, mother said, because we are poor ourselves. On the morning of 15th, the children collected all the things and walked down to the village. They had to go to the post office. The old lady was standing on the doorsteps. She was waiting. She stopped them. Hey, wait, you children, and gave a basket of gooseberries. It was very much surprising that how this old lady is giving them some presents, because so this was the side effect. Actually, this is the impact of the children's what they did the day before. Okay, because they presented this old lady a basket of presents, and in return of that she offered them a basket of gooseberries for Mr. Perk. So it was very pleasant and very nice. She thanked them for their present and said, "You are good little souls. You are good little souls. You guys are very wonderful." She also gave them a pram. Pram means jhula for Mrs. Perk's babies. Okay, for Mrs. Perk baby. So it had belonged to her daughter. So the pram was actually belonging to this old lady's daughter. Now she wants that pram to be given to Mrs. Perk's baby, who lived only for 6 months, who is 6 months old. She hoped Mr. Perk would find it useful. So this is the pram actually. This is pram, this, okay, and this is the present, and this is the gooseberry, and it's a needle book over here. So the children were delighted. All the presents were put in the pram and they wheeled it, means they took it to the little yellow house where Perks lived. When Mrs. Perk, it's not Mr. Perk, it's when Mrs. Perk saw the present, she gasped and then sat down and started crying. The children were horrified that what happened, did we did something wrong? But she stopped, and as abruptly as she heard, she had started and thanked that 3 children. Just then they heard Mr. Perk come in. "Oh, let's hide in the back kitchen," said Bobby. "Chalo, chup jate hain," to Mrs. Perk. "First give your present to him." Okay, they wanted Mrs. Perk to give her present to Mr. Perk first. So, and then we will all come in and shout many happy returns of the day. But it didn't turn out as they had planned. When Mr. Perk saw all the presents that the children had brought, he shouted, "I won't stand it. I will not accept charity from anyone. No!" He yelled at the children to come out. Phyllis burst into tears, and that Phyllis started crying. "We didn't mean any harm," stammered Peter. Peter said, we didn't think that you were scold us, and this is not a charity." Mr. Perk said angrily, "So you have been telling all our neighbors where we are poor? You can take all your presents and give them back to whoever gave them. Go away. We are not poor." He then turned his back to them. Peter and Phyllis were ready to go, but Bobby said bravely, "Before we go, I would like to read out what people said when they gave the presents. Mother's was first. Our mother gave the first. Little clothes for Mrs. Perk's children. I hope Mr. Perk won't feel offended and think it's a charity. So he's so kind to my children." My mother said that you are so kind to my children, means us, and I can't do much because we are poor ourselves. "That's all right," said Perks. "Your mother is born lady. She's a very nice lady. We'll keep the little frog." Okay. Then there's the pram and gooseberries from Mrs. Ransom, the old lady in the post office. She said, It is my little Emmy's pram." She said, "It is my little Emmy's pram. I would give it before if I would been sure that Mrs. Perk would accept it." So Mrs. Ransom was also wanting to give something, but she was not sure whether you guys will accept the pram or not. "I'm not sending the pram back," said Mrs. Perk. Okay, Mrs. Perk accepted it very nicely. Then the shovel, Mr. James, the ironsmith, made it for yourself. Shovel, it's a instrument, it's a tool which is made by ironsmith, Mr. James. He said it was pleasure to make something for a man as so much respected. So according to him, Mr. Perk was very respected personality, and to make something for that guy is a very nice thing. And anybody who gave anything said they liked you. The old gentleman gave a gold pound for you. Just imagine, gold pound, huh? And said you were a man who knew his work, and I thought you would love to know how people like you. Goodbye. I hope you will forgive us someday. Bobby said no more and turned to go back. Okay, now turn to go back. "Stop," said Perks, still with the back of them. "I take every word I said. I take back. Sorry. I am asking sorry." He turned to face the children. "I am very pleased, not so much with the present, but the kind respect of our neighbors, that our neighbors love us this much. They said such a nice things for me." There were tears in his eyes, but no one said a word about them, for feared he get angry again, because he's a very angry guy. He used to get angry very, very quickly. But then also Mr. Perk was very nice person. Everything was fine after that. Mr. Perk's children, who had run out into the garden when they heard their father shouting, now came in. They came in very silently. So they all had tea together and toasted Mr. Perk's health. They toasted means they prayed for Mr. Perk's health. "Jolly good, happily, little kids, those are," said Mr. Perks to his wife after the children had left. By Edith Nesbit. So this was the whole story. I hope it is very nice. It's a very nice story, and I hope everybody enjoyed this. So please watch this video again if you want to understand it nicely, and also like my video. So take care. Bye bye.